stuff. All right, let's get these properties or the theorem or postulate that meets that. So if angle A is a right angle, then the measure of angle A is 90 degrees. Yeah, that's easy stuff, right? Definition of right angle. Number 2, if angle X is supplementary to angle Y and angle X is supplementary to angle Z, then angle Y is congruent to angle Z. No. Congruent, supplement. And theorem we can abbreviate with THM. It'll be a fine way to abbreviate theorem instead of having to write it out the whole way. Number 3 there, we've got angles 1 and 2 in a picture there. Then angle 1 and 2 are congruent to one another. Yeah, they're vertical angles in that picture, so that is the vertical angles theorem. Number 4, if the measure of angle P plus the measure of angle Q equals 90 degrees, then angle P and angle Q are complementary. Definition of complementary. My handwriting is horrible today. And I'm going to abbreviate angles on that one. That's a long word. Just a little angle symbol. All right. Number 5. A little bit here. If angle M and angle N form a right angle, then M and N are complementary. Complement theorem. So that almost, it seems like the same thing that 4 is saying, but here we're not talking about the measures adding to be 90. We're talking about 2 angles that form a right angle. So complement theorem. Number 6. There's our picture. If line L is, what's the upside down T mean? Perpendicular to line M, then angle 1 is a right angle. Definition of perpendicular. So definition of, and I'm going to write out perpendicular on this one. All right. Not too bad. Just a lot of stuff in here. Number 7, angle W and angle X are supplementary. Then the measure of angle W plus the measure of angle X equals 180. Definition of supplementary. Definition of supplementary angles. Number 8, angle L is complementary to angle M, and angle N is complementary to the same angle M. Then angle L is congruent to angle N. Yeah, congruent. Complement. Number 9, angle A and angle B form a linear pair. Then angle A and B are supplementary. Supplement theorem. Remember, supplement theorem has to have a linear pair involved. Doesn't have to be a linear pair to be supplementary angles, but to be use the supplement theorem, they do have to form a linear pair, which means they have to be adjacent to each other. Number 10, angle N and P are complementary, then their measures add to be 90. Yeah, definition of complementary. Okay. So what do we notice about all of these that have been definitions? they have to do with the measurements and the addition of the measurements, right? So anything that's definition of a certain type of angle is a measurement involved when you're doing the definitions. Number 11 there, we got a picture. We're given that there's our picture, and the measure of angle JKM plus the measure of angle MKL is equal to the measure of angle JKL. Yeah, that's just angle addition. And technically, we should write postulate there, but when we write that as a reason in our proofs, we're just going to leave off the word postulate. Angle addition will be fine. Number 12 there. Measure of angle R is equal to the measure of angle S, then the angle R is congruent to angle S. Yeah, that's that old definition of congruence that we've used with segments already. So not stuff we don't know already, but putting it together in the proof can be somewhat difficult there. So in your little packet, you got kind of a guide for these particular proofs that we're doing here. It's that page that looks like that. And it kind of gives you a little bit of a blueprint of how you need to, or what you need to use in each proof there. So let's try to use that sparingly and think our way through these. But we've got that if you want to sound smart and cheat a little bit. But anyway, let's try to work through some proofs of these things. Number 1, given. All right, so angle. All right, so we look at our picture here. They tell us that angle PQR is a right angle. So that's given. And then the statement, they say that the measure of angle PQR is equal to 90 degrees. Yeah, that's a definition of a right angle. Okay. All right, angle addition postulate, because we're adding up the smaller angles to get the bigger one, right? So that's angle addition postulate. Think about what we got here. We got measure of angle PQR is equal to 90, and then we got something else equal to the measure of angle PQR. So then that means we're replacing PQR with 90. Substitution or what? Since there's 3 things there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then 3 and 1. So that's, I would say that's transitive property, but I would probably accept substitution. Yeah, if you wrote substitution there, that's fine. Definition of complementary angles, because they do add up to be 90 degrees, so that's definitely what that is. Definition of complementary. So yeah, on line 4, I'm good either way if you substitution or transitive there. I'm not gonna hurt my feelings either way there. I think that's a fair trade on those 2. Questions about that first one? That was pretty straightforward and probably the easiest one we do all day. All right. Let's see if we can make our way through number 2. So in the given, they give us 2 pieces of information about this picture. They say that that angle 2 and 3 are congruent to one another, and angles 1 and 2 make a linear pair. But we can see that in the picture. We knew that was going to happen anyway. But they gave that to us in the given part. So number 1, they didn't use both pieces of that. It is perfectly legal when you start doing the ones that are completely blank, that don't have reasons in there already or statements in there already. If you wanted to put both of the givens in the first line, you can. I think the idea of not doing that is just so you don't clutter it up too much. You only use what you need until you need something else. But I would be okay if you put both of those pieces in the given statement and then used them as you needed to. So this is going to be a given. We're going to have another given in just a little bit. Number 2, definition of congruent angles, I guess, or definition of congruence. This is, you don't really have to specify angles or segments. Angle 1 and 2 form a linear pair. Where'd that come from? That was a given. So I don't really think they did much good by waiting until the third step to put that in there. I would have just put it on the first line and save myself a line there. All right. And then number 4, angle 1 and 2 are supplementary. So it's a what? Which one is it? We know that they're a linear pair. So because it says they are a linear pair, we have never said anything about the measurements adding to be 180. So that would be a supplement theorem. Yeah. If you put definition of supplementary angles there, that's wrong.